Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and we are just a couple of days away from the full reveal of Voyage to the Sunken City, the latest expansion, which will be going out on April 12th. We'll also find out about the core set, a lot of stuff coming out, and well, also I'll be announcing my giveaway winners, and we are closing in. As of recording this, we're really close to 44.8, so like 200 subs away. We get there in the next couple days. We got 2 days to get there. I will give away 3 mega bundles instead of 2 and 2 regular pre-orders. So if you have not yet subscribed, enter the giveaway video by commenting and liking on the video shown here. It's linked in the description below. And hit that sub button. We're so close. We are so freaking close. Anyways, I thought it would be a lot of fun today to take a look at the Voyage to the Sunken City cards. We already looked at what I think are the best ones so far. What cards do I think are absolute garbage, trash tier, horrible cards? Well, honestly, pretty much none of them. None of them, but there are some that are worse than others, and we'll go over my picks for what I think are the worst cards, and you can let me know in the comments below what you agree with, disagree with, or what I omitted that you think is absolutely gonna suck unless there's some crazy support given to it. So this won't be in any particular order. We'll go kind of class by class, neutrals, whatever. Starting off, I'm gonna go with one of the more recently revealed cards, Zakul, the Warlock Legendary, and this is very contingent on other cards. 5 mana 6/5, your abyssal curses heal you for the damage they deal. Battle cry, give your opponent an abyssal curse. If you're not aware of an abyssal curse is, it's this little thing. It's a card, it costs 2 mana for your opponent. You put it in their hand, it will deal 1 damage, and then it'll deal 2, and then it'll disappear. But if it scales for every 1, so if there's another curse, then it'll do 3 and 4 and then disappear unless they spend the mana to get rid of it. And we've only seen so far 2 curse cards, AoE that's not too bad, and a card that gives you a tiny bit of healing and a body. Yeah, so far seems pretty lackluster, and those abyssal curse cards are gonna have to be spectacular to build your deck around this kind of alternate damage win condition. And to me, it's gonna have to be pretty nutty support for this card to be kind of any good as a meta player. But I think it's a really cool card. I think it's an interesting concept, and hell, you can mill your opponents by filling their hand with curses, and they can't, their hands full or something like that. But overall, kind of one of the more lackluster legendaries. Speaking of lackluster legendaries, why do Druid legendaries always seem to suck? And in my opinion, this one's not so good. We have Hedra the Heretic, 7 mana 4/5, Naga legendary for Druid, battle cry for each spell you've cast while holding this, summon a minion of that spell's cost. So if you were holding Hedra and then you played like a 3 mana spell and a 5 mana spell and a 7 mana spell, then you'll also summon a random 3-drop, a 5-drop, and a 7-drop, which is pretty good. Not amazing, but you have to be holding this card. You have to have been playing spells that are worth, getting random minion costs, and then you want to buff it up with some kind of finisher. And currently, from what I've seen, we've got nothing like that. Arbor Up is leaving. We don't have Savage Roar. And well, again, this card needs to be in your hand, and maybe you can dredge it out with an aquatic form, but then it needs to be at the bottom of your deck. Mark's gonna have fun with this. I just feel like Mark is gonna be the guy where every time he needs his combo piece, it's going to be the 4th last card now, not the bottom card, because he can't dredge it out. But yeah, I don't know. This card just seems really lackluster. It has to be in your hand. You've had to play a good amount of spells. Then you need to play it and not die, and then have the stuff be worth, something. It just seems like, well, it seems like it's going to take a lot to put together. And again, with Druid legendaries, I kind of think Kolak, the colossal Druid minion, seems really underwhelming when you look at all the other colossal minions. It is a 7 mana 6/5, colossal +1. This is immune while you control Kolak Shell. And Kolak Shell is a 0/8 with taunt, and it gives you armor. This is like a 7 mana, 6/13, but half the part of it just has no attack, and again, it just seems bad. Like 0 attack taunts have just always sucked, and you get immunity with this, I guess. It'll be good in arena, but it seems like such an inefficient whatever card to get some armor. And that's it. Like that's about it, really. And it'll be interesting to see if there's something else going around this, or maybe just this buying you time, giving you armor will be enough. But overall, it just doesn't seem very good to me. But again, let me know in the comments below if you disagree with me. Next, we have the new giant of the expansion, the Naga Giant, which is a 20 mana giant. It's an 8/8 as always, and it's a Naga, and it costs 1 less for each mana you've spent on spells this game. So to cheat this minion out, you need to have spent at least 10 mana on spells just to play it for 10. Then on top of that, you need to spend another 5 or 10. We've seen back in the day with old Paladin with a Shrivala OTK. Getting that Shrivala out took some time, but that had Divine Shield, Lifesteal, and Rush. This is a stats, and I don't know. It seems very expensive to get going, and if we've seen with giants in the past, if they take a long time to get out, they're not good. If you could cheat them out early, they're good, and they're toxic. Honestly, like Molten Giant was too good for a while. It got nerfed. We got Flesh Giant. We got some of those cards. Or Mountain Giant was just always a good card. Naga Giant, on the other hand, I don't know. It feels like it's probably going to take too long to get out to be that impactful when you actually cheat it out, but maybe Mage with that like refresh whole thing going on where they play a Naga, then a spell, and then a Naga can utilize this giant to some extent. Next, we have the Piranha Swarmer. It is a 1-mana 1/1 common neutral. It has Rush, and whenever you summon another Piranha Swarmer, gain +1 attack. The cool part about this card is there's a bunch of different colors of them. The other part is it just seems like a pack filler, and seems bad. Like, I guess you can combo it with like the Shaman Colossal, and you play that and you play some Swarmers and get some stats, but I just, as a standalone card, I can't imagine you ever play this. It's a 1-mana 1/1 Rush that sometimes has 2 attack or 3 attack. Is that good? Unless there's more Piranha Swarmer support, and we've seen a couple cards for Shaman, it just, even those cards, it just doesn't seem like that big a deal to me, but maybe I'm just missing something here. Speaking of missing something, this is one of the cards, Piranha Poacher. It's a 3-mana 2/5 Murloc, although we haven't really seen any Murloc synergies so far for Shaman. At the end of your turn, add a 1/1 Piranha Swarmer to your hand. So you're guaranteed to add one of these guys to your hand, and then you can get more, and then you can get some 1/1s that might gain +1 attack, and it also still feels kind of bad, but I guess you also have that Shaman spell that also schooling doesn't seem amazing, but I don't know. These are gotta be good. They're making multiple Piranha Swarmer cards. They can't be terrible. They can't be bad. Well, I'm putting them on my list because, I don't know, they don't seem that good. But maybe in like a month from now, I'll make a video complaining about how broken these Piranha Swarmers are in Piranha Poacher. What were they thinking, Blizzard, and how was I so wrong? Or they're just kind of whatever. Next, we have the Abyssal Depths. It's a 4-mana draw 2 shadow spell for Demon Hunter. Draw your lowest 2 cost minions. I keep seeing people saying this is for Vandar Demon Hunter, but that just seems incredibly slow. You want to play Vandar on 4, not play Abyssal Depths, and Demon Hunter has their quests. They have all this cheap card draw. They always have cheap card draw. Efficient. That Demon Hunter is always about efficiency. Ridiculous efficiency. And this is not efficient. And I just don't see this slotting into a Demon Hunter deck anytime soon. Even with, you get your Vandar, and then you get like another big minion, I guess, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll be wrong on this. Maybe it will be that good a strat to guarantee your Vandar and then you start drawing. But with questline Demon Hunter existing, and I think will be a lot better after rotation, it's actually pretty good right now. It's just kind of slept on. I just think the Abyssal Depths is just kind of a depth of a card. Oh god, that was terrible. Next we have Rarran Trident, 3-mana 3/2 warrior weapon. So like I said, fiery war axe basically. Death Rattle, you put a Sunken Trident on the bottom of your deck so you can dredge that out, and then when you play this, it deals 2 damage to all enemy minions. So it's consecration that doesn't go face. This just seems like, I don't know, it's a lot of work for a weapon that, you know, is kind of like an old Blood Razor to an extent, but it doesn't hit your own minions. It's okay. I don't think it's terrible, but like, are you putting this in your constructed deck, or are you playing this in arena, or getting it in a duels bucket you're like okay with? You got to dredge it out, that's for sure. It's at the bottom of your deck. It's just, isn't there better stuff to dredge out than just a weapon that deal some damage to enemy minions? I don't know. It just seems very underwhelming to me. Speaking of underwhelming, we have Lady Ashvane, the warrior legendary, 5-mana 5/5, so not even premium stats, no tribe. So the effects gotta be crazy, right? We saw a shaman legendary that has like an elemental and like 3 different effects. This gives all weapons in your hand, deck, and battlefield +1/+1. Neat. It's Captain Greenskin, kind of power crept a little bit, but should be for class legendary, for a card that came out in 2014 that is like whatever. I just like, what weapon decks are you doing in warrior? And Historically, this is like Grapple Hammer, that 2-mana 2/2 legendary from Mean Streets of Gadgetzan that gave +1 attack. And yeah, it didn't hit your current weapon, but I don't know. I guess if you really want a green skin effect, you're putting Lady Ashvane in your deck, but my goodness, compared to other legendaries that they're making these days, it just feels like it's from a different time period. It's just a bizarre one to me. And I will leave off with another warrior card. Warrior getting a shaft lately. We have the Trench Stalker, which I think is a really cool looking card. Artwork sweet, but it's a 9-mana 8/9 that Battlecry attack 3 different random enemies. So it can go face once, and if you hand buff it, that's a lot of damage. It's like a very expensive AoE that might leave a body behind, and that's it. In 2022 Hearthstone, if you want your late game minion to be playable, it's gotta be like a raid boss of Nixia, where it's like 10 mana and a billion more stats and immunity and a dragon, and that's still only really playable in card decks that can cheat it out a little bit early. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a cool card. If you could cheat it out some way and do some kind of shenanigans with it, it might be playable, but overall, it's just like 9 mana cards in this day and age in Hearthstone. They gotta be insane, and to me, this just isn't really insane, especially for Warrior Epic. So those are my picks for the worst cards so far. A lot of them, honestly, probably could and very well will see play. That's how crazy the power level is of these expansions lately. So let me know in the comments below what you think the worst cards are so far. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Get us to that giveaway. Let's do it. Raw money out of my pocket. Anyways, have a great day and stay salty, my friends.